Welcome to my weekly spiel. Welcome to my weekly spiel. Yada yada blah blah blah. Yada yada blah blah blah. It's time for Margaret's weekly spiel. Greetings and salutations. This is Margaret Franklin of Margaret Franklin Creations, coming to you almost live on video from Beacon Arms. It has been kind of a strange day. I overslept until about 12:30. Mind you, I didn't get to sleep until about 3:30 in the morning. I was so wound up from everything. Yesterday, my husband Dave and I celebrated our 20th anniversary. Can you believe we've been together that long? The days leading up to it have been crazy. I'm glad that not all 6 guests I invited showed up. The place was crowded enough with 3 of them. Jeanette was here, Jan was here, and Mark Laflamme was here. And Roland just started his job at Why do I keep saying Swiss Chalet when I mean Red Lobster? Roland just started his job at Red Lobster, so best of luck to him and congratulations. Lisa said she couldn't come because she was going to Calgary, or packing to go to Calgary. That was a surprise. I had no idea she was going. But if she goes to the Stampede, I hope she and Doo Doo the Clown say hello to each other, because I believe that he's there entertaining for the time being. Anyway, one of my anniversary presents to my husband was the Gumby movie on DVD. I scored that from the dollar store and I was just elated. It had been 20 years or so since I last saw this movie, and I'd forgotten how freaking brilliant it is. Gumby cartoons in general, they're just so imaginative and so creative. I've loved Gumby all my life, and this movie is just so good. And last time I was in the dollar store, I scored the entire set of Daria. I know I could watch it for free on YouTube, but A, the sound quality of the Daria cartoons on YouTube is horrendous, and B, horrible commercials. I am so triggered by that awful Pampers commercial. Anyway, this has been the most crowded our place had ever been last night, and we're constantly playing kitchen polka. I hate kitchen polka. That's what I call it when people in the kitchen keep getting in each other's way. And the most people I'd had before was just Jan and Jeanette back in February. Dave, when I have my girlfriends over, he usually keeps to himself in his room. And Jeanette and I and Jan hung out around this here dining room table with a shrimp ring and a quiche. Last night we had a huge spread of Chinese and Thai food, and I feel like I don't want Chinese or Thai food again for a long time. I am still stuffed. Seemed like a waste to throw it away, but there was no room for it in the fridge, and like I said, I don't want any more for a long time. Anyway, I just took my pill, my laundry's in the dryer, and I am working on my latest project here. I finished Bob Yorberg's Lions. They're in a box and ready to go, along with a couple of bonus gifts as usual. And this is the last page or the last square for the Blast from the Past quilt. It's got the same carousel horses. Like a lot of my carousel artists have probably seen this picture before, but I make my changes to them. So the sheep are riding on the horses, and the horses are different colors from the original. I just color them in with embroidery thread. And I added these doo-doo heads, these clown faces. Doo-doo heads. Anyway, it's been a really crazy week. The in-laws took me and Dave out for supper on, was it Monday night? Yeah, the 11th. And I come home from my meeting, I have a nice long bath, get dressed, 5 to 5, and Dave still isn't back yet. I go out to the balcony, see Ted and Marnie's car out in the driveway. I have to go down to them and explain to them Dave still isn't home, and I figured he'd be grocery shopping that day, and I forgot that this is bank day. He had to go to the mall. So we drive to the No Frills, and we're going south, and the bus pass is going north, and I swore I saw someone waving from the window. But I thought maybe Dave's still in the No Frills. So we drive up there, and I'm running around looking down the aisles to see if I can see him. No Dave in the no frills. So we end up having to go back to the place and yada yada yada. Go back, yeah. Wait for him there. I had to go back upstairs, had to go to the bathroom. I am on the toilet, phone rings twice. By the time I get to it, there's nothing but silence. It was Dave on his way in, and we missed each other again. I'm on my way out, so we have to wait for each other, and then we go. Another change was we were going to go to Pickles and Olives in Port Perry, but that place is closed on Monday, so we went to the, where did we go, Dave? Applebee's.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he explained what happened. He just got done shopping at the superstore up on Stevenson and Gibb, and he was waiting in front for the bus in front of Mark's warehouse with 2 or 3 other people. Bus went right past them, and the next one didn't come for 25 minutes. And then when he was on the bus, there was a bratty kid having a tantrum, and the kid jumped on his bag of groceries. It's a miracle none of our eggs were broken, because he bought eggs, but both of us bought cake mix and frosting. Both of us bought cream cheese frosting. I bought chocolate cake, he bought spice cake. I baked the cake yesterday morning. Yeah, yesterday was Wednesday. What did I do on Tuesday? Oh, we had dentist. We both had dentist appointments. That was another crazy mixed up day because he had an appointment at noon, and after he left, the dentist office calls me to tell me to tell him that they're an hour behind schedule, and I guess neither of us have cell phones, so I just have to go on my own because my appointment was at 2. And I get there an hour early, and Dave's dad is waiting to drive him home. So I went to Shoppers, bought myself a couple of coloring books and Archie comics, and yada yada yada. My appointment went quite well, really. The only time I gagged was when the assistant got a little carried away and squirted too much water down my throat. My tooth still feels a little fuzzy, like there's moss growing on it. That's my filling, eh? And yesterday we had our party. We had a total of 5 people in the house in all, and I think 5 is more than enough. If everyone showed up, I think it would have been even worse. Like, the sensory overload caused both me and Jeanette to have to individually flee to my room from time to time. And you couldn't get much relief there either because that preacher was out there again. I don't know if it's a recording on a continuous loop, but I'm a Christian, and don't get me wrong, but I don't really feel like yelling at people is a way to convert them. But it's felt like living in the Jonestown compound. All I hear is rah, 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 rah. Sometimes it's hard to understand the majority of it. It was at its worst during the height of my depression. That's when they started preaching outside. Anyway, I guess that's it for now. I'm going to CMHA tomorrow. Our craft for the day will be weaving, and hopefully I'll get more work done on this quilt, and somebody will be buying it from me. And I guess that's all for now. Bye-bye. Be back soon. Thanks for watching Weekly Spiel.